Welcome to iOS Insights, the channel for iOS app development using Swift UI and Swift. In this part of the tutorial, we will be creating the onboarding screens. Because now the user can log in securely, they will have access to the other screens, which includes these screens: Get Started, and then they can swipe and see the next screen, and then the last screen. So this is what we're doing in this part of the tutorial. So now enter into the content view. Last week we forgot to enter our logo into the assets, so we'll do that now, because at the moment when we run the application you don't see the logo on the login screen, which I'll show you now. It's just loading at the moment. As you see, the logo should be here. So to add the logo, you can use any logo you want. I'll just use the logo in my folders. So I'll just use this logo or image, and then I just rename it as logo, and then I just move it over to the assets. So open up the assets, and then I just drag it. I do it again. I just drag it to the assets folder, and now when I run the application, the logo will be within the application on the login screen. As you can see, it's got the same name here, which is called logo, and the same name here that's called logo. So I'll run it now. I think it's loaded. Oh, it's on another screen. Flip the screen. Let me do that again. As you can see, the logo is now displayed here at the top of the screen. So now we will continue with the onboarding page. So the first thing we need to do is, within the content view, online online 105, we need to enter the following, which is background, destination, admin view is active, $sign is logged in. So what that does is that when is logged in is true, the admin view will be displayed. So it will be like navigated to dot opacity 0, dot frame width 0, and height is 0. So now we need to create our admin view, which is a Swift UI view. Just select Swift UI, give it a name of admin view, and then the next thing we need to do is within the admin view we need to delete we just need to delete the preview and then create the state variable at state private var current page index equals 0. And the purpose of that variable is to track the state of the current onboarding page index. As we saw earlier, it went to from page 1 to page 2 to page 3. So the index of page 1 would be 0, and page 2 would be 1, and page 3 would be 2 within the indexes. And next, on line 14, we add a Z-stack, color black, edges ignore safe area. So what that does, it just sets the background of black, so the whole screen will be black. V-stack, spacer, tab view, selection, $, current page index, and the purpose of the tab view is to enable the onboarding pages to be like swipeable, so we can swipe it using our finger. For each loop, 0 ... less than 3, ID / self, indexing, so what this will do, it will loop through the range of onboarding pages using a for each loop. Onboarding page view. So let's create that function now. It's called onboarding page view. So to do that, Let's better create it as a view. Let's create it as a view, the onboarding page view. So let's create another Swift UI view. And then call the view onboarding page view. Type in index is int. And then within the body, delete the text field. Also delete the preview. And then the next thing we need to do is type in spacer, image, onboarding, index +1. Those images we need to drag into the assets folder. So let's do that now. So with the images, I'm using these images here, which is 1 PNG, 2 PNG, 3 PNG, but we need to change the file names to onboarding. So this one will be called onboarding _1, and this one onboarding _2, and this one onboarding _3. And then using those images, we need to drag them to the assets again. So just select them and drag them into the assets folder. And now the next thing we need to do is go back to the onboarding page view. And then on line 17, just type .resize, resizable, .scale to fit, .frame, height 300, text, step, index +1. So that will say, show step 1, step 2, step 3 for each of the onboarding screens and images. Font, title, font weight, bold, padding, top 20, text, read part, index +1 of the user guide, multi line text alignment, center, padding, horizontal 40, padding, top 10, and then another spacer, and then a tag with the index. And the purpose of the tag on line 33 is to assign a unique tag to identify the view in the tab view. On line 26, there should be a space between the plus sign and the 1. And I think we missed out something else. Yeah, there should be a VStack on line 14. And let's compile it just to see what happens. So we need to complete the admin view. There's a few things missing. So go back into the admin view. And the content view, not the admin view. Go back into the content view. And on line 106, there's a little error that we need to fix. Oh, because we missed out navigation link. That should be a navigation link. So let's compile it now and see if there's any more errors. There's another error. That's within the content view. So we need to do something else. Navigation view. You're just looking for the error at the moment. I think it's... Oh, that's what it is. Background on line 106 should have an open bracket there. And on line 109 there should be a closing bracket there as well. And the next thing we need to do is, let's set the target to iOS 14 to get rid of that error. So just set it to iOS 14 to get rid of that depreciation warning message. Let's compile it now. Might need to give it a clean build. That might do it. Get rid of that warning message. Yeah, that one works. So back to the content view. Seems like the content view is now done. Yeah, the content view is done now. So now we need to go back to the admin view. Within the admin view, on line 22, enter the following: onboarding onboarding page view index, and then pass in the index. So the index is the actual page that will be displayed when the user swipes. And then on line 25, just enter the following: tab view style page, tab view style, open bracket, index display mode dot always. And what that does, it applies the page table view style to create a swipeable page with little dots or little circles. Let's type in index view style page index view style dot background display mode dot always. And then the next thing we need to do is add a button. So just type in button action and then for the text of the button, just type the following: get started dot font dot headline dot foreground color dot white dot frame width 200 and height 50 dot background color dot blue dot corner radius 10 dot padding top 20. And then on line 38 or after line 38, just type in spacer. And the purpose of the spacer is to push the content to the bottom center vertically. It doesn't like background, or the background color. Let's try the color. Color dot blue. And then the next thing we need to do is just add a little bit of padding to the entire V stack. That's what that does. And then finally we just set the foreground color to color.white, and now we should be able to run it. Just compiling at the moment. Still running? I was trying to run anyway. Or is it the simulator that's a bit slow? Doesn't seem like it's loading. Yeah, it's loaded now. So just move it over here so you can see it. Just move it there. So if I type in my password, the simulator is really slow. test@test.com, and I mean the username and the password is test. The password was retrieved from the keychain. Click on login, and now it should be logging us in. And then now we can just swipe to the next onboarding page, or you can use the little dots here on the page view, and then you can navigate back to the login view. But really, in the professional application, the onboarding information should be coming from a web API or a separate database server somewhere on the cloud. It shouldn't really be hard coded into the application. So that's the tutorial that demonstrates how to use the keychain. So the iOS keychain is a vital tool for security and storing sensitive user data. And it helps to use it as it enhances the app and the security and privacy of the application. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.